It's the second of 3 straight home games for the Temple Owls, as this afternoon they're taking on the South Florida Bulls here at the Liacouras Center at Temple University in North Philadelphia. I'm Zachary Silverstein, where I will have the call for you live right here on WHIP Radio on YouTube for this conference matchup. Temple is coming off of a 74-66 win over Memphis on Wednesday to push their overall record to 13-9 and 7-4 in American Athletic Conference play. As South Florida, on the other hand, beat North Texas 65-58 exactly 1 week ago to move to 15-8 overall and 8-2 in conference play. South Florida is second in the conference as Temple is fifth. Temple was sliding a little bit. They got back on track with that win on Wednesday, but had a couple very close games that they definitely feel like they should have come out on top in, but we're able to rectify that a bit against Memphis on Wednesday and looking to extend that here and make it 2 straight wins against a very tough South Florida Bulls team. The starting lineup for each team, we have Temple, Tristan Taylor, Tariana Gary, Tiara East, Amaya Oliver, and Jalisa Molina. And for South Florida, Sammy Puisas, Mama Dembele, Victoria Blasig, Laura Putu, and Carla Brito. Both teams just talking things over before they head out to the court for the tip-off. Head coach of the Owls is Diane Richardson in her 3rd season at Temple. And for the Bulls, Jose Fernandez is in his 25th season coaching South Florida, so a lot of experience there. They've had a lot of success under him, and a lot of success this year also with a 15-8 record, 7 games above 500, 8-2 in conference play, sitting at 2nd in the conference, just behind UTSA, who is 10-1 in conference play, 19-3 overall are the Roadrunners. Leading scorer for Temple is senior guard Tiara East out of Louisville, Kentucky. 2nd team All-American Athletic Conference just 1 season ago. A season in which Temple claimed a share of the regular season conference title. Now both teams heading out to midcourt, where Jalisa Molina will tip it off for the Owls. And Laura Putu will tip it up for South Florida. The referee's just waiting for the music to stop. Have to wait till a certain time here to get things underway, and the band's into it, fans are getting into it. But both teams are ready. Temple, real quick, just to recap their last couple games, they lost against Tulane and North Texas before beating Memphis, and now referees are ready to go, and we're about to jump it up. And Tiara East almost came down with that loose ball there for the Owls, but instead South Florida has it. It's Mama Dembele with it. Gives over to Victoria Blasig. Now Sammy Puisas with it down low, and whistle blown. She's called for the travel. So a quick turnover there for the Bulls. We'll give the ball to Temple. Tristan Taylor bring the ball up midcourt now, gives to Tariana Gary. Gary over to Amaya Oliver, being guarded by Carla Brito. Now Jalisa Molina with the top of the key. Over to Gary on the left wing. Amaya Oliver with it now, being guarded by Carla Brito. Picks up her dribble, now's in trouble, but finds Tristan Taylor, who's driving in, has 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gary lets a 3 fly, and that one's no good off the side of the rim. And the whistle will be blown there. It'll be a foul on number 55, Tiara East. Mama Dembele has the ball now for the Bulls. Just gets across midcourt. Gives to Victoria Blazig. Brito with it now. Over to Dembele. Blazig with it. Pull-up jumper, no good off front rim. Dembele hit the deck with Amaya Oliver. I believe it'll be a jump ball, and it'll stay with South Florida. Blazig comes around a screen, has it off the inbound, but gives back to Dembele. Dembele driving in, left-handed layup, no good. Tristan Taylor has the rebound. Pushing quickly across midcourt, has Tiara East to her left. Elects not to give it to her. A couple crossover moves, and then she loses it. It'll go out of bounds off of her leg. Tristan Taylor maybe moving a bit too quick there and lost the dribble. It'll be Bulls ball now, as Dembele has the inbound. Just crossing midcourt. Tristan Taylor guarding her now. Passes over to Laura Putu. Brito with it, top of the key. Gives to Blazig. Blazig being guarded by Oliver. Nice cut off by Oliver. Brito lets a three fly, no good, but rebound by Sammy Puisis. Her layup, no good off the bottom of the backboard, and Maya Oliver has it. Tariana Gary pushing with it. Has Melina down low. She was calling for it, but didn't give it to her. Now Tristan Taylor with the top of the key. Over to Gary. Lets a three fly, no good off the side of the rim. And Laura Putu has the rebound, gives to Mama Dembele. Still scoreless here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the game, as Brito tries to find Puisis, but Tariana Gary doing a good job denying the ball from her. Brito with it now still. Putu with it. Gives to Blazig. Blazig almost loses it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Lets a three fly. No good off the side of the rim. Tariana Gary has the rebound, pushing across midcourt for the Owls. Being guarded by Dembele. Now Taylor with it, being guarded by Puisis. Taylor pull-up jumper over Puisis. That one's good. Tristan Taylor finally gets the scoring going in this game. Puts the Owls up 2-0 with 7:10 to go in this first quarter. There's Puisis with it now. Being guarded by Gary. Driving in on Gary, puts a layup up. No good after a couple bounces, and Jaleesa Molina has the rebound. Taylor finds Tiara East cross court, and that layup is good. Almost a full court pass there from Tristan Taylor to Tiara East. And East finishes the pass off with a layup to make it 4-0 Owls. Sammy Puisis has it. Gives to Brito. Brito over to Dembele. Dembele driving in on Taylor. Good job cutting her off. A nice pass down low to Putu, but blocked by Maya Oliver. Now Tariana Gary has it. Gary driving in and loses that one. It'll be off her leg, and it'll be South Florida ball there. Tariana Gary had her defender beat, but then Mama Dembele made a nice defensive play, poking that ball loose and deflecting it off of Tariana Gary's leg. Dembele with it, 6:15 to go in this first quarter, gives over to Puisis. Puisis over to Putu. Putu to Brito, being guarded by Jaleesa Molina. Now Blazig with it. A nice move driving in, but she'll be called for the travel. Took one too many steps there. As she found her way to the basket, it'll be Temple basketball. Still 4-0 here. Owls lead 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tristan Taylor over to Tiara East. Over to Molina, top of the key. Back over to Taylor. Taylor driving in on Dembele. Now Jaleesa Molina has it, and she's also called for a travel. So the third travel called in this game combined between both teams, and it'll be South Florida ball with 5:48 to go in the first quarter. Tristan Taylor with 2 points. Tiara East with 2 points as well. The Owls 2 for 4 from the field. South Florida 0 for 7. Dembele with it on the right wing. Pass down low to Brito. Her layup's no good, and Maya Oliver has the rebound. Tristan Taylor pushing up to Tiara East. East thought she had a step, but elected to kind of dribble it out, and Brito was able to recover. East utilizing her pivot foot. Pull-up jumper, no good off the rim. And Laura Putu has it for South Florida. Now Dembele has a nice pass down low to Putu, but it'll be off of her fingertips and out of bounds. Really sloppy play here for South Florida. Already with 3 turnovers in this game. Just 5 minutes into the first quarter. Tristan Taylor gives to Amaya Oliver. Has Carla Brito guarding her, and Oliver loses it. Dembele has the loose ball. Gives over to Sammy Puisis. Puisis lets a 3 fly, and that one's good. Sammy Puisis gets the lid off the basket and gets the first points of the afternoon for Temple. Owls still lead 4-3 with 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Temple hasn't scored in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Tariana Gary trying to change that. Pull-up jumper, that one's good. Tariana Gary was a bit off balance there on that jumper, but showed how good of a shooter she is and got that one to fall. As Dembele has it. Nice pass down low to Puisis. Puisis, that layup is good, and one. Dembele with a great job threading the needle there, finding Sammy Puisis on the backdoor cut. And she puts her team down just 1 as they trail the Owls 6-5 as we head to our first media timeout of the afternoon. Owls lead 6-5 with 4:19 to go in the first quarter. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein. Temple leading South Florida 6-5 with 4:19 left in the first quarter. Sammy Puisis at the free throw line, looking to finish off the three-point play after a nice M1 layup off a beautiful pass from Mama Dembele. And Puisis, the sixth-year guard out of Mason, Ohio, gets that free throw to fall. As Tristan Taylor has the ball now, gives to Kayla Turner, who just checks into the game for Temple, along with Anissa Rivera. Turner with it, being guarded by Puisis. Turner driving in on Puisis. Tough layup is no good off the rim, and Dembele has it, pushing across midcourt for the Bulls. Dembele gives over to Puisis. Puisis over to Romy Levy. Now Dembele with it again, being guarded by Tariana Gary. Dembele driving in on Gary at the baseline. Carla Brito with it, back over to Dembele. Dembele thought about a jumper, but elects to give to Laura Putu. Putu, nice move, keeping her pivot foot on the floor and gets that layup to fall. To give the Bulls the lead at 8-6. 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Tristan Taylor has it now for the Owls. Tristan Taylor over to Anissa Rivera. Rivera over to Turner. Turner lets a three fly. That one's good. Kayla Turner with a hand in her face. No hesitation, and gives Temple the lead back 9-8. 3:08 to go in the first quarter. Mama Dembele with it. Tristan Taylor giving her some space to shoot it, but elects to pass to Carla Brito. Now Brito over to Dembele. Dembele down low to Romy Levy. Dembele not wanting to take that jumper. She has the space, but now driving baseline. Nice pass to Brito, and Brito can't get that pull-up jumper to fall at the free throw line. A very nice pass there from Dembele. Anissa Rivera, pull-up jumper from the top of the key, and that one's good. Anissa Rivera gets that three-pointer to fall and gives the Owls a 12-8 lead. Rivera, just a 30% three-point shooter coming into this game, but had no problem getting that one to fall, as now Carla Brito has it for the Bulls. Dembele with it again. Referees blow the whistle. I believe that'll be a foul on Kayla Turner, the sophomore guard out of Jacksonville, Florida, in her first season at Temple after spending her first season at Alabama A&M. On the court for Temple, Turner, Molina, Savannah Curry, who just checks in, Rivera, and Gary. And on the court for South Florida, Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. As that'll be an M1 for Carla Brito, right off the inbound, wasting no time. The foul was on Anissa Rivera, as Carla Brito was able to fight through the contact and get that layup to fall. The first points of the afternoon for Brito. She's 1 for 4 from the floor. And now she'll head to the free throw line for one more. Brito playing in her 24th game. She's a junior forward out of Spain, averaging just under 8 points per game. And the 63% free throw shooter gets that free throw to fall, as now Tariana Gary has it for the Owls. Gives back to Kayla Turner. Kayla Turner coming around a screen from Rivera. Pull-up jumper, no good off the rim. And Laura Putu taps it to Mama Dembele. Dembele racing Rivera down the court. Now finds Brito. Gives over to Puisis, top of the key three. That one's good. Sammy Puisis letting that one go from long range. The 43% three-point shooter gets that one to fall, no problem. She's now 2 for 2 from three-point range, as now Tariana Gary has it, driving in, tries to do a Euro step around her defender, but she's ultimately called for the charge, as Carla Brito kept her position and absorbed that contact. Bulls lead the Owls 14-12 with 1:36 to go in this first quarter. On the court for Temple, Turner, Jacobs, Felicia Jacobs, Savannah Curry, Anissa Rivera, and Tariana Gary. On the court for South Florida, Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito, as Dembele has it. Driving on Turner, puts the layup up, and after a couple bounces, finally falls through. South Florida on a 8-0 run in the last 50 seconds. 3 for their last 3 from the floor, as Kayla Turner has it. Finds Felicia Jacobs down low, and whistles blown. Waiting to see what the call is. Felicia Jacobs in her 21st game of the season, averaging just under 1 point per game at 0.6, and I believe it was a travel on Jacobs, the freshman forward out of London, England. As now Dembele has it. Now Brito with it, gives to Puisis. Puisis being guarded by Tariana Gary, comes around the screen, but Gary's able to stay with her. Romy Levy has it, finds Putu down low. Putu with a layup over Amaya Oliver, and she gets that one to fall. Bulls now lead 18-12 with 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Turner trying to work quickly, but a foul will be called on Dembele. The fifth-year guard out of Spain is Dembele in her first season at South Florida after spending her first 4 seasons at Missouri. There's now the true freshman, Savannah Curry, will inbound the ball for Temple. Jeanette Arnyo will check into the game, replacing Mama Dembele. Curry has Kayla Turner on the inbound. Turner being guarded by Arnyo. Now driving baseline, finds Curry on the left wing. Trying to find it. Gary finally finds her. Gary, pull up 3, no good off the rim. Oliver fighting for the rebound, can't get it as Puisis has it for the Bulls. Now Arnyo has it, being guarded by Kayla Turner. 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. Shot clock is unplugged. Jose Fernandez telling his team what to do. Throwing out some signs there. Some play calls. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Brito with it, driving in. Nice pass down low to Putu. Putu puts that layup up, and it's good, but a travel will be called on the senior forward out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. As now Temple will have it with 4.2 to go in the quarter, trailing 18-12. Kayla Turner has it. 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1 second. Pull-up jumper, and the whistle blown. Kayla Turner being bailed out there by South Florida with 0.6 to go in the quarter. Is now she'll head to the free throw line looking for 2 points. South Florida is on a 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So Turner trying to stop that run and finally put some points on the board. It's been over 2.5 minutes since they've scored, and she couldn't get that first free throw to fall, so not able to do it there. And Turner gets the second free throw to fall. A 77% free throw shooter coming into the game, goes 1 for 2 from the line. As Jeanette Arnyo will dribble out the clock, and we will head to our first intermission here with South Florida leading Temple 18-13 after 1 quarter of play. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein. Temple trailing South Florida 18-13 after 1 quarter of play. Kayla Turner with 4 points for Temple. She's leading all Owl scorers. Tristan Taylor with 2 points, Tariana Gary with 2 points, Tiara East also with 2 points, and Anissa Rivera with 3. A bit of a slow end of the quarter there for the Owls. They didn't score a basket for the final 3 minutes. They allowed South Florida to go on a 10-0 run, or a 10-1 run, after Kayla Turner made the free throw with 0.6 to go in the quarter to stunt that run. But South Florida really finishing off the quarter strong, able to obtain that 5-point lead. Leading scorer for the Bulls is Sammy Puisis with 9 points. She's 3 for 5 from the floor, 2 for 2 from three-point range, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. 4 turnovers for South Florida and 6 already for Temple. So definitely have to clean that up for the Owls if they want to be able to compete this afternoon, as Savannah Curry, the true freshman, has it for Temple. She gives over to Kayla Turner, top of the key. Taylor trying to find Molina but can't. Now Curry with it. Curry over to Taylor at the top of the key. Taylor being guarded by Brito, gives to Molina in the corner. Molina driving baseline, and it's poked loose, but will stay with Temple. On the court for Temple, Oliver, Turner, Molina, Curry, and Taylor. On the court for the Bulls, Puisis, Dembele, Blazig, Putu, and Brito. Kayla Turner has Amaya Oliver in front of her. Finally gets it to her on the inbound. Now Tristan Taylor with it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Puts up the floater. No good off front rim. Had to let that one go as Laura Putu has the rebound. Now Dembele pushing quickly across the court. Brito is wide open, top of the key, but not even looking at the basket to take the jumper. As Dembele has it now, trying to slow things down. Being guarded by Tristan Taylor. Dembele with a bunch of room to take a pull-up jumper so far in this game, but just not electing to do so. As now Savannah Curry of Temple is called for the foul.
Foul is on number 10, Savannah Curry, her first, team first.
The first foul of the game for Savannah Curry, the true freshman guard out of Fallston, Maryland, playing in her 23rd game of the season. As Brito tried to find Blazig, but Turner poked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulls. And Brito will get another opportunity here on the inbound. She's got Dembele, and she finds her. Dembele over to Blazig. Blazig trying to find Puisis down low, but a nice job intercepting the pass by Savannah Curry. Now Tristan Taylor with it. Over to Kayla Turner. Turner being guarded by Brito. Has some separation. Then Blazig switches on to her. Kayla Turner directing traffic, calling out a play, tapping the top of her head. Molina with it, now gives back to Turner. Turner once again being guarded by Brito. Finds Oliver down low. Oliver lowering her shoulder and can't get the layup to fall. But Molina is able to grab the loose ball. Savannah Curry has it, puts that layup up, and that one's good. A wild sequence there results in 2 points for the Owls as now they trail 18-15 with 8:15 to go in this second quarter. Dembele has it for the Bulls. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Blazig has it, being guarded by Turner. Blazig driving in, tough left-handed layup, but blocked by Amaya Oliver. Couldn't get the ball over the outstretched arms of Oliver, the 6'1" forward in her 5th year out of Stockton, California, her first season at Temple. As Sammy Puisis will inbound the ball for the Bulls. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Putu has it back over to Puisis. Puisis lets a three fly. No good. And a foul will be called here, I believe, on Jalisa Molina. Now Molina fighting for the rebound and called for the foul. And Owls head coach Diane Richardson is not happy at all, pleading her case with the referee. Richardson in her 3rd season here coaching the Owls, and on the other side, Jose Fernandez in his 25th season coaching the Bulls, and A loose ball foul called on South Florida as Savannah Curry hit the deck. As now it'll be Temple basketball. Foul was on Sammy Puisis. Temple trails 18-15, 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Kayla Turner has it now for Temple. Driving baseline, once again poked loose, but fortunately for the Owls, it'll stay with them. Temple just having a rough time holding on to the basketball, just being strong with the ball. A lot of deflections, a lot of times they're losing the handle on the ball. As Amaya Oliver has it now, being guarded by Brito. Gives to Kayla Turner. Turner being guarded tightly by Blazig. Turner goes up and she's called for the charge. Trying to get a layup up over two Bulls defenders. But Carla Brito hit the deck and once again took a charge, her second of this half. Putting her body on the line for her team. On the court for Temple, Oliver, Molina, Curry, Taylor, and Gary. On the court for South Florida, Puisis, Dembele, Blazig, Putu, and Brito. Dembele gives to Brito. Brito over to Blazig. Blazig over to Dembele, top of the key, being guarded by Tristan Taylor. Finally takes that pull-up jumper, but can't get it to fall. Savannah Curry has the rebound. Tristan Taylor with it now, just cross midcourt. Has Gary to her left and elects to give it to her. Gary, pull-up three-pointer, and that one's good. Tariana Gary tying the game at 18 apiece after that three-point jumper. Gary coming into the game shooting 36% from three-point range. Showing why right there as Puisis lets a three fly, no good off front rim, and a big-time rebound there by Jaleesa Molina. And she gives to her point guard, Tristan Taylor. Taylor finding Gary in the corner. Gary, another three, almost banked it in, but couldn't get it to fall. Savannah Curry grabbed the rebound, but whistle blown. And the foul will be called on Curry, being called for the push in the back. Savannah Curry and Amaya Oliver will check out of the game for Tiara East and Anissa Rivera. Haven't seen as much of Tiara East as we usually do. Tiara East, the second team All-American Athletic Conference player last season, averaging just under 14 points per game coming into this game. A awkward-looking pull-up jumper from Romy Levy is no good, but Brito grabs the rebound and gives back to Levy. Levy now driving baseline on Rivera. Finds Putu down low. Nice pass. Putu can't get the layup to fall. And another offensive rebound by Brito as now she has Levy. Brito with it now off the behind-the-back pass from Levy. Blazig with it. Behind-the-back dribble. Pull-up jumper over East and a very nice shot there. A one-legged free throw line jumper from Blazig, and that one was nothing but net. Tiara East has it. Now gives to Tristan Taylor. Taylor directing traffic. Telling Gary to come over to her, and she does and gives it to her. Then Gary gives to East. East trying to work around Putu, but can't. That ball's almost stolen by Dembele, but the ball went out of bounds, and they'll stay with Temple. South Florida leads Temple 20-18 with 5:38 to go in this first half. 7 turnovers apiece for each team. As Taylor finds East off the inbound. Has Molina in front of her setting a screen. She comes around it, but Putu switches on to her. Now double teamed by Putu and Levy. Tries to find Rivera down low, but couldn't. And the shot clock won't sound. But now the referees are discussing things. It is a shot clock violation on Temple, but waiting to see if maybe the referees have a different call here they want to go with. No, they ultimately say it was a shot clock violation on the Owls. There's now a couple of the assistant coaches for Temple are talking things over with the Temple players, just not liking what they're seeing. A bit out of sync, not able to get good looks, and a lot of turnovers there for Temple. As we will head to a media timeout here at the Liacouras Center. Temple trailing South Florida 20-18 with 5:27 to go in the second quarter. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein. South Florida leading Temple 20-18 with 5:27 to go in the first half. Temple, although they haven't had a half of basketball that their coaches will be happy about, they find themselves down just 2 points. South Florida really helping them out at times. A couple turnovers there for the Bulls. They have 7 turnovers in this game. Temple with 8. Leading scorer for South Florida is Sammy Priestis with 9 points. But Carla Brito will be at the free throw line here for the Bulls. Brito, a junior forward out of Spain, playing in her 24th game of the season. And she cannot get that first free throw to fall. Brito shooting just under 63% from the free throw line, coming into this game 32 for 51. And she can't get the second free throw to fall either, but an offensive rebound by Romy Levy. As now Dembele has it for the Bulls. Dembele gives to Brito. Brito back to Dembele. Dembele driving in, high arcing layup, and no good, but another offensive rebound. Putu gets the layup to fall, but the referee calls it off.
Foul is on number 22, Tariana Gary.
The foul is on Tariana Gary, but it'll be on the floor, so the basket from Putu will not count.
At the line, shooting will be number 21, Lori Puta.
Laura Putu is now at the free throw line, the senior forward out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. A 6'2" forward. Gets her first free throw to fall, shooting just under 60% from the free throw line coming into this game. Averaging just under 10 points at 9.6 points per game. In her second season at South Florida, as she can't get that second free throw to fall, her second season at South Florida, after spending her first 2 seasons at Eastern Florida State College, which is at the JUCO level. As now Temple has it off the missed free throw. The foul was called on Carla Brito after that free throw line miss from Laura Putu, trying to get the rebound, and she did, but called for the foul. Brito was, so it'll be Temple basketball as Tristan Taylor has it now crossing midcourt. Kellyanne Cedeno just checked into the game for the Owls. Now Nissa Rivera has the top of the key, lets a 3 fly, no good. Cedeno trying to sky up for the rebound, and she's able to force a deflection off the Bulls. It'll stay with Temple. Temple in a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 8 seconds. But lucky to be just down 3 points on the court for the Owls. Cedeno, Molina, Taylor, Rivera, and Gary on the court for the Bulls. Dembele, Blazig, Putu, Levy, and Brito. Gary down low to Molina. Molina over to Cedeno. Cedeno finds Taylor. Taylor back to Cedeno. Lets a 3 fly, and she airballs that one. Cedeno playing in her 15th game of the season. Had a really nice look there, but just airballed that one. Didn't get enough on it. As now Dembele has it for the Bulls. Gives over to Levy. Levy tried to find Brito down low, but it was deflected by the Owls, as now they have it. Tariana Gary after the pass from Taylor. Gary pulling back out. Picks up her dribble, now finds Rivera. Rivera trying to find Taylor. Taylor shakes Dembele. Dembele free and has it. Taylor, a couple crossovers. Dembele hits the deck. Pull-up jumper from Taylor. After a couple bounces, it finally finds the bottom of the net. So Temple working quickly, a bit erratic there, but it resulted in 2 points, as now they trail South Florida 21-20 with 3:55 to go in this second quarter. Dembele has it, finding Blazig, who came around a screen. Dembele with it again over to Remy Levy. Levy lets a left-handed 3 fly, and that one's good. They're actually saying her foot was on the line, so it'll be a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer for Romy Levy. So the Bulls lead the Owls 23-20. Tristan Taylor has it, directing traffic for Temple. Pull-up jumper, high arcing, no good off the side of the rim. Cedeno almost had the rebound, but Blazig has it for the Bulls. Gives to Dembele, who's driving in. scoops up a layup. I don't know if she was trying to go for the floater or what, but it might have been deflected. And luckily for the Owls, they caught a break. The ball will be out of bounds. It'll be with Temple. An unusual looking shot there from the 5th-year guard out of Spain. Tristan Taylor with it. And this Rivera to her left, Cedeno to her right. Now Jaleesa Molina has it. Gives over to Rivera. Rivera telling Cedeno to come a little bit closer to her so she can make that pass, and she finally does. Cedeno over to Tariana Gary. Gary over to Rivera, down low. Rivera finds Taylor. Taylor lets a 3 fly and hits the backboard and then off the rim. It'll be out of bounds. A wide open look there for Tristan Taylor, but really not even coming close there to getting that basket to fall. But Taylor is a 28% three-point shooter coming into this afternoon, so has struggled from three-point range this season. As Blazig has it now coming around a screen. Fadeaway pull-up jumper over Rivera is no good. As Cedeno has the rebound, gives to Taylor. Taylor, a couple crossovers. Get Blazig off balance. Now Tariana Gary with it, being guarded by Puisis. Whistle is blown, and that'll be a foul called on number 3, Sammy Puisis, the 6th-year guard out of Mason, Ohio. Puisis in her 3rd season at South Florida after spending her first 3 seasons at Florida State. Temple trails South Florida 23-20 with 2:29 to go in the second quarter. Tariana Gary takes a pull-up jumper. That one's no good as Romy Levy has the rebound. Levy finds Arnyo. Is now driving in is Levy after getting the pass back. And she gets that layup to fall. Bulls now lead 25-20. Temple with it. It's Kelly and Cedeno with it, being guarded by Rainu Tomaszicka. Taylor down low to Jaleesa Molina. Molina can't keep the handle. Not happy about it. She lets off some frustration there. As now the Bulls have it. It's Blazig with it, being guarded by Tristan Taylor. Checking into the game not long ago was Raina Tomaszicka for South Florida. Carla Brito has it. Being guarded by Cedeno, dribbles it off her foot, but gets it back, or behind the back pass, or behind the head pass to Romy Levy, and it'll be a foul called on Temple. Great court vision there from Brito as she had the no look behind the head pass to Levy, and it wasn't a foul, it was a blocked layup by Anissa Rivera that went out of bounds, so it'll stay with South Florida. As now a tough left-handed pull-up jumper from Levy is no good, and Tiara East has the ball for the Owls. 1:05 to go in this second quarter. Maya Oliver with a jab step there, now posting up. Putu, fadeaway pull-up jumper, no good, but Rivera has the offensive rebound for Temple. Passes it out to Tristan Taylor, who has 15 seconds on the shot clock, trying to slow things down and set up a play here. Directing traffic, throwing up the play calls. Pull-up jumper from Taylor, wide open, and she airballs that one, so a very good look for the sophomore guard, but couldn't hit anything there on the pull-up jumper. Blazig has it with 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Being guarded tightly by Taylor, now Oliver switches on. Pass over to Tomaszicka. Tomaszicka, pull-up jumper, and that one's good, nothing but net. A nice crossover to get her defender off balance before ultimately pulling up there for the jumper, and puts the Bulls up 27-20 with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. East has it now with 10 seconds, 9, 8, and this is Rivera with it over to Amaya Oliver, top of the key. Have to hurry here. East with 2 seconds, lets a 3 fly and hits the side of the backboard, no good. So very out of sync there for Temple in those last couple possessions. Not able to get anything going. 0 for their last 6 from the field, 1 for their last 10 in a scoring drought of 4 minutes and 13 seconds to finish off that first half. And South Florida, on the other hand, on a 6-0 run in the final 3 minutes and 44 seconds of that first half. So a tale of two totally different teams, a tale of two totally different halves there for Temple and South Florida. A lot to talk about in that locker room if you're Diane Richardson, the head coach of the Owls, but that's going to do it all for this first half. Temple trails South Florida 27-20 here at the Lee Corse Center at Temple University. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein. Temple trails South Florida 27-20 after one half of play. A really tough end to the first half for Temple. They had a really long scoring drought, about 4 minutes or so, to end that second quarter, and they find themselves down by 7. Really, they're lucky to only be down by 7. South Florida not taking advantage of the sloppy play from Temple. Temple has 9 turnovers, but South Florida also has 9 turnovers as well. So the Bulls shooting 36.7% from the field to 32% from the field for Temple. South Florida just 2 for 7 from three-point range. Temple 3 for 13 as South Florida will have it here to start this second half. The leading scorer for the Bulls is still Sammy Puisis at 9 points. Leading scorer for the Owls is Tariana Gary with just 5. As Carla Brito lets that 3 fly and gets it to fall, or Victoria Blazig, makes that three-pointer here to open up the second half. Puts the Bulls up by 10, 30-20. As Tristan Taylor has it for Temple. Taylor finds Gary, being guarded by Puisis. Gary coming around a screen from Maya Oliver, pull-up jumper, no good. Jaleesa Molina almost with the rebound, but it'll deflect out of bounds and stay with Temple. So on the court for the Owls is Oliver, Molina, Taylor, Gary, and East. On the court for the Bulls is Puisis, Dembele, Blazig, Putu, and Brito. Temple forgot to send an inbounder over to the baseline, so the referee was standing there with no one to give the ball to, but Maya Oliver finally goes over and inbounds the ball. Tristan Taylor has it, gives to Tariana Gary. Gary had some separation for a 3, but elected to pass the ball instead. Now Taylor has it. Tristan Taylor loses the ball as Putu picks it up and gives to Dembele. Dembele pushing, finds Puisis. Puisis for 3 and gets that one to fall. Sammy Puisis showing no hesitation, taking that three-pointer, came into the game shooting very well from 3 as now Maya Oliver responds with a layup on the other end to cut the deficit to 11, 33-22. Owls trail. I was saying Sammy Puisis came into the game shooting just under 43% from 3, so definitely not scared to let it fly. She's 3 for 5 in this game. 8:20 to go in the third quarter. South Florida leads Temple 33-22 as Blazig finds Puisis. Puisis over to Brito. Brito thought about a 3. Now pull-up mid-range jumper. No good as Molina gets the rebound. And Molina gives over to her point guard, Tristan Taylor. Taylor being guarded by Dembele. Now Gary has it. Gary down low to Molina. Molina finds Oliver. Oliver gets the layup to fall. Referee blew the whistle, waiting to see what they call. It'll be an offensive foul on Jaleesa Molina, so after the nice pass that she made, she committed the foul and takes away that layup from Oliver. So Temple still trails by 11 points, 33-22, as Oliver checks out of the game for Anissa Rivera. So on the court for Temple, Oliver, Taylor, Rivera, Gary, and East. On the court for the Bulls, Puisis, Dembele, Blazig, Putu, and Brito. Dembele has it, being guarded by Taylor. Tried to find Puisis, but nice defense there by Gary to cut her off. Dembele has it back. A really nice pass there down low to Lori Putu and an easy layup. Great vision there and a great job threading the needle by Dembele, and a nice pass there by Rivera doing her own Dembele impression and finding her teammate there. That was Amaya Oliver down low, getting that layup to fall. So really nice passes on back-to-back possessions for each team here. Dembele floats that one out of bounds. So after a highlight reel pass there, on one possession, she follows it up with a really bad pass there, and it goes right out of bounds. So a tale of 2 plays there for Dembele, the 5th-year guard out of Spain. Tristan Taylor has it now, being guarded by Putu. Gives over to East. East pull-up jumper. That one's good. Tiara East has really been struggling from the field in the last couple games here for Temple, but was able to get that pull-up jumper to fall to put her team down by 9, 35-26 with 6:35 to go in this third quarter. Temple 3 for their last 3 from the field. Dembele directing traffic in. East intercepts the ball. A wide open fast break layup. And she gets that one to fall, playing the passing lanes. And now Temple trails by 7, 35-28. 4 for their last 4 from the field. A 6-0 run in the last minute of play. Jose Fernandez not liking what he's seeing, calling timeout to talk things over with his Bulls players, as Temple showing some emotion and some excitement as they head back to their own huddle. Temple trailing 35-28, 6:15 to go in the third quarter. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein. Temple on a 6-0 run in the last minute and 9 seconds of play. 4 for their last 4 from the field. Really starting to get into a rhythm. So I guess whatever Diane Richardson talked about at halftime worked, because Temple looking like 2 totally different teams here in the second half compared to the first half. They trail South Florida by 7, 35-28. Tiara East with a nice pull-up jumper on the one end of the court, and then intercepted the ball on the other end and was able to finish off the steal with an easy fast break layup. So 4 quick points for her. She has 6 for the game, 3 for 5 from the field. Temple, as a team, shooting 12 for 30 from the field, 3 for 13 from 3, so definitely want to get that 3-point percentage up. The Bulls 14 for 34 and 4 for 9 from 3, which is just over 44%. So having some success from 3-point range is South Florida is now. Romy Levy has it on the inbound, but stolen by Tiara East. East pushing on the fast break, loses it but gets it back. Now Levy guarding her once again. Tiara East working Levy, pull-up jumper. That one's no good. That was a very nice look there. She had some separation there, did East, but just couldn't get the jumper to fall. As Dembele now is pushing up court. Dembele really hesitant to take those pull-up jumpers. She has the space, elects to pass, and that'll be a pull-up jumper there from Romy Levy, and she gets that one to fall. Tariana Gary has it, pull-up 3, no good. As Brito has the rebound, working on the much smaller Taylor, but passes it and gives over to Putu, and Putu is called for a foul. So Tristan Taylor was essentially 2-on-1 there on the fast break, and she was able to hold her ground there and force the turnover to get the ball back for Temple. And now she will have the ball just crossing midcourt. 4 turnovers for South Florida in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. South Florida leads 37-28. Anisha Rivera has it, thought about a jumper, now driving baseline, puts up the layup, no good off the backboard, then the rim. And Carla Brito has the rebound for South Florida.
being guarded by Gary. Now she gives to Dembele, being guarded by Taylor. Dembele with a nice step through and a left-handed layup, but couldn't get it to fall. Amaya Oliver has the rebound and gives up to Tariana Gary. Gary driving in, spin move, pull-up jumper, and she gets that one to go. And one layup for Tariana Gary. Gary leaving her pivot foot on the floor when she made that spin move and used the backboard to get the and one to fall. Temple now trails 37-30 as we head to a timeout here at the Lee Corse Center. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio on YouTube. Temple trailing South Florida 37-30. With Tariana Gary after a acrobatic left-handed and one layup will head to the free throw line for one more. Looking to cut into the deficit and put her team down 6. Tariana Gary, a fifth-year guard out of Brooksville, Florida, in her 3rd season at Temple after spending her first 2 seasons at Towson. Was actually with Diane Richardson at Towson. Richardson was the head coach over there at Towson before moving over to Temple. She took Gary with her. So Gary and Richardson both in their 3rd season here on North Broad. Gary coming into the game shooting 79.5% from the free throw line and looking to bump that percentage up a little bit here right now. In her 23rd game of the season, and she's able to get that free throw to fall, making the score 37-31. Temple starting to make some noise and get back into it. South Florida pulled away to end the second half, but this 3rd quarter so far has been all Temple. A step back jumper from Romy Levy is no good, and Temple has the rebound. It's Kayla Turner pushing up the court. She finds Gary. Gary jab step, now trying to drive baseline. It'll be out of bounds, but stay with Temple. On the court for the Owls is Oliver, Turner, Rivera, Gary, and East. On the court for South Florida is Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. 4:25 to go here in this 3rd quarter. South Florida leads Temple 37-31. East coming around an off-ball screen. Pull-up jumper, no good off the rim. She had a nice look there. Turner grabs the offensive rebound and passes it back out to Tiara East. East with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Working on Puisis, finds Oliver down low. Oliver's blocked, but a foul will be called on Putu. Nice recovery there from Laura Putu, but had some contact there on Oliver, and Amaya Oliver will go to the free throw line. The 5th-year forward out of Stockton, California, 63% free throw shooter coming into this game. will head to the free throw line with her team down 6 points, 37-31, 4:12 to go in the third quarter. And she cannot get that first free throw to fall. Oliver in her first season at Temple after spending her first 2 seasons at USC, her next 2 seasons at Loyola Marymount, and now over on North Florida, she gets that second free throw to fall. So now the Owls trail by 5, 37-32, 4:10 to go in this third quarter. Dembele has it just crossed midcourt for South Florida. Has Puisis behind her who wants it, finally gets it to her. Now Romy Levy with it. Being guarded tightly by East. Levy over to Puisis. Puisis has been quiet lately. Nice jab step, pull-up jumper. No good off the front of the rim, and Tariana Gary has the rebound. She has Turner behind her and elects to give to Turner. Turner, a mid-range specialist all season, has it at the top of the key, directing traffic, calling out a play as she taps the top of her head. Now gives over to Tariana Gary. Rivera with it. Thought about finding East on the backdoor cut, but elects to keep it. Now gives to Turner. Turner driving baseline. Finds Rivera. Over to East. East, three-point jumper. No good as Oliver pokes it out of bounds. A really nice look there for Tiara East, but just her shooting struggles continue. The past 4 games or so, she's really struggled to find success from the field. And continuing here, she's 3 for 8 from the field in this game. The Bulls have not scored in 2.5 minutes. As now the referees blow the whistle. Tariana Gary is who the foul will be on. As Savannah Curry, the true freshman, will check in for Tariana Gary. Curry, the former second-team All-State selection in Maryland and state champion as well. Accomplished both of those in her junior season of high school over in Maryland. Playing in her 23rd game of the season as Sammy Puisis lets a 3 fly, and that one's good. So Sammy Puisis starting to find it once again. Missed her last couple shots, but let that one fly from deep and was able to get it to fall. 5 for 10 from the field. Now 15 points in this game to lead all scorers. Anissa Rivera has it for Temple. Gives over to Curry. Curry trying to work on Puisis. Tough layup, no good, and Puisis fighting for that rebound and comes down with it. Finds Blazig, then Blazig over to Brito. Brito down low to Putu, and Putu can't get the layup to fall after a couple bounces around the rim. East pushing for the Owls, being guarded by Blazig. Blazig goes flying on the crossover, and Tiara East cannot finish it off as her mid-range jumper was no good. Blazig has it driving in, foul called on Kayla Turner. Foul will be on Kayla Turner as she was trying to defend that fast break there by Vittoria Blazig, the sophomore guard out of Italy. Blazig playing in her 24th game of the season. Will head to the free throw line, shooting just over 73% from the line this season. 22 for 30. Her team leading by 8, 40-32. And she extends that lead to 9 as she gets that first free throw to fall. Blazig was the American Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year last season, so came over from Italy and had no problem jumping right into collegiate basketball over here in the U.S., and her second free throw is no good. So the Bulls still lead. Will keep the same lead as now a foul called on the other end. Foul is on Dembele. And it is a 9-point lead for South Florida, not 8. Excuse me. They're leading 41-32. As Tristan Taylor has it now off the inbound. Pull-up jumper. And that one's good after a couple rolls around the rim. Tristan Taylor gets that mid-range jumper to fall. Temple trailing by 7, 41-34. Taylor now with 6 points on the afternoon, 3 for 7 from the field. Jose Fernandez, the head coach for the Bulls, directing traffic in his 25th season at the helm of South Florida. Blazig with it, a behind-the-back dribble. Pull-up jumper over East. No good, misses wide left, and East has the rebound. Now trying to push on Blazig. Deflected out of bounds. No foul called, but it'll stay with Temple because it was last touched by Victoria Blazig. On the court for Temple is Molina, Curry, Taylor, Rivera, and East. On the court for South Florida, Puisis, Dembele, Blazig, Putu, and Brito. 1:18 to go in the third quarter as Taylor gives down low to Molina. Molina using her pivot foot, puts up the layup, almost had the and one after a couple spins around the rim, but ultimately falls out, but she will head to the free throw line after the foul on number 55, Carla Brito. Jaleesa Molina is a sophomore forward from the Netherlands, playing in her 23rd game of the season, shooting just over 62% from the free throw line, looking to cut into this deficit, and she does just that as her first free throw is nothing but net. Temple trailing by 6, 41-35. Molina looking to make it 5. And she cannot make that second free throw as Brito has it, trying to go coast to coast, but picks up her dribble. And that one's deflected by East. East has it on the fast break. Her layup is good. Tiara East once again playing the passing lanes as she lets out a yell and claps her hands together, showing some excitement there and some energy. As now Temple trails South Florida by 4, 41-37. After the interception and fast break layup from the senior guard out of Louisville, Kentucky, Tiara East. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock as Mama Dembele has it. East once again deflecting the ball, playing the passing lanes, driving in for another layup, and she gets that one to go. East letting out all of her emotion as now Temple trails by 2, 41-39. East playing safety there on those last couple possessions and intercepting the pass from South Florida. Now 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Temple trailing by 2. 7 seconds to go. Dembele with it, being guarded tightly by Taylor. Finds Puisis. 2 seconds. Puisis from 3. No good. That's an air ball. And the third quarter whistle will sound. Temple coming all the way back after a 7-0 run in the last minute 55 of the third quarter. Cutting into the deficit, they now trail by 2, 41-39. Things starting to get interesting here at the Liacouras Center. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio live on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein here, live at the Lee Course Center. Temple fighting all the way back. They were trailing by double digits at one point in this game. Now they find themselves down just two, 41-39 after 3 quarters of play. TR East with the Super Bowl tomorrow night, doing a best safety impression to finish off that quarter. Back-to-back intercepted passes, which she finished off with fast break layups. Now Temple has it off the inbound as Anissa Rivera finds the true freshman Savannah Curry. Curry driving in, finds Rivera, and then Rivera throws it away. Had Gary in the corner, but a nice steal there by Romy Levy. Levy up to Brito. Brito, left-handed layup, no good. A big-time rebound by Laura Putu. And she will be fouled, but on the floor, so her shot at Temple will not count. The foul will be on number 8, Jaleesa Molina. As Putu will go to the free throw line. Oh, no, she will not, foul on the floor, so not a shooting foul, so it'll be an inbound for the Bulls. Dembele finds Puisis. Puisis pull-up jumper, no good, and an offensive rebound by Dembele. So back-to-back offensive rebounds here. Temple cannot let that happen. Cannot give second chance opportunities to this South Florida team. Levy has it. Down low to Putu. Putu is tripped up by Molina. So another foul on Jaleesa Molina, and she will have to come out of the game. The 4th foul of the game for Molina, so she will head to the bench as Amaya Oliver checks in for her. On the court for Temple, Oliver, Curry, Taylor, Rivera, and Gary. As the pass down low to Putu. Putu gets that tough layup to go, no whistle, but she fought through the contact. So 43-39, Bulls lead. On the court for the Bulls, Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. Oliver has it, gives over to Rivera. Rivera over to Curry. Curry finds Gary. Gary thought about a 3. Now gives to Rivera. Rivera pull-up three-pointer. No good, whistle blown. Maya Oliver on the floor, so I believe it'll be a foul called on South Florida. It'll be a foul on Laura Putu. Temple trailing South Florida 43-39 with 8:43 to go in this 4th quarter. The foul was on Putu, her 3rd of the game. Nice catch there on the inbound by Gary. Gary gives to Rivera. Rivera over to Taylor. Taylor over to Gary. Gary pull up mid-range jumper. Might have been blocked because it hit the front of the rim. And Dembele has the rebound for the Bulls. Dembele wasting no time going coast to coast. Nice deflection there by Gary. She thinks it's Temple basketball. But the referees will say that it is staying with South Florida. A nice recovery there from Gary, the 5th-year guard out of Brooksville, Florida. And yet another deflection out of bounds. And it'll once again stay with the Bulls. So Temple doing a really good job here in the second half, playing the passing lanes, getting the deflections, coming away with a couple steals, and just making things uncomfortable for South Florida. Dembele has it off the inbound, being guarded by Taylor. Over to Puisis. Puisis lets a 3 fly. No good. A fortunate thing there for Temple as Puisis was wide open. East has it. Posting up Dembele, and she loses it. Dembele with a really nice defensive play there to poke it loose. Dembele, nobody in front of her. Now Taylor steps in front, pokes it loose, and Tariana Gary has it. Has TR East driving in. Over to Rivera. Rivera posting up down low in the paint. Gets a tough layup to fall. And cuts into that deficit. Temple now trails by 2, 43-41. Really nice pass there by TR East to find Anissa Rivera. Both head coaches up out of their seats. Imploring both of their teams to keep their foot on the gas. Putu has it, top of the key, gives to Levy. Levy coming around a screen from Putu, now has Putu on the roll, and that'll be an M1 layup for Laura Putu. A really nice pick and roll there between the two Bulls players, Levy and Putu, and it results in an M1 layup for the senior forward, Laura Putu, the 6'2 forward. And she'll head to the line for one more. The 60% free throw shooter, looking to put her team up by 5. And she does just that. 46-41. A very low scoring game here at the Liacouras Center. 7:20 to go here in this game. Temple trying to win their second straight after beating Memphis on Wednesday, as Tariana Gary has it. Now gives back to Taylor. Taylor has it, working on Dembele. Now East has it. East being guarded by Levy. East puts that layup up and gets that to fall right through some contact. Whistlesworth silent, but she let out a lot of emotion there, celebrating after getting that layup to fall. As now Temple trails 46-43. The Bulls trying to win their 5th straight after beating North Texas 1 week ago. Here's Levy with it being guarded by East. Left-handed pull-up jumper by Levy. She gets that one to fall, no problem. Levy, a 35% shooter from the field coming into this game, and adds to that right there. Now Oliver has it down low. Almost had the layup fall. Went in and out, poked it loose. Rivera has it back over to Oliver. Whistle blown. It'll be a foul on South Florida.
Substitution for the house, number 9, Felicia Jacobs. And number 7, Kayla Turner. This is number 19, Vanessa Rivera. And number...
So Oliver couldn't get her layup to fall, but didn't give up on the play. Poked the ball loose to come away with the steal. Anissa Rivera had it, gave it back to Oliver. And a foul was called. So now Temple will inbound it here. Here's Kayla Turner with the driving baseline. Finds Tristan Taylor. Back over to Turner. Turner lets a 3 fly. That one's good! Kayla Turner with the left corner 3. Puts Temple down by 2, 48-46. 5:50 to go in this 4th quarter. Now, Mama Dembele has it, taking her time with 13 seconds on the shot clock, 5:40 on the game clock. Now gives to Romy Levy, being guarded by Taylor. Brito has it. Brito working on Oliver. Brito, a very nice layup there. Spin move around Oliver and got that layup to go off the backboard and in. Putting the Bulls up by 4, 50-46. Tristan Taylor directing traffic, being guarded by Mama Dembele. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 5:15 on the game clock. Kayla Turner has it, being guarded by Sammy Priestis. Turner driving in on Priestis, and that one is stolen. Sammy Priestis staying on her feet after the pump fake attempt by Turner. Not sure why Turner would drive in on the much taller Priestis there. Priestis 6'1", Turner 5'6". Really no chance to get a layup over the much taller Priestis there, and she paid for it as Carla Brito gets that floater to fall off the backboard and tells Amaya Oliver that she's way too small to guard her. Does the too small celebration as she makes her way back to defense. So South Florida up by 6, 52-46. 4.5 to go in the 4th quarter. Taylor driving in, had it poked loose, but fortunately for Taylor and the Owls, a foul was called. We will head to immediate timeout here after the foul on Mama Dembele. Temple trailing South Florida 52-46 with 4:27 to go in this game. South Florida 4 for their last 4, so Temple's got to be careful. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Temple was right back into it, but then South Florida went on a little run of their own to go up by 6, 52-46. They're 4 for the last 4 from the field, as Temple will have it on the inbound after the foul on Mama Dembele before that media timeout. Here's Kayla Turner with it, driving on Sammy Puisis. Over to Tariana Gary. Gary lets a 3 fly. That one's no good off the back of the rim. And Carla Brito has the rebound. On the court for the Bulls is Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. On the court for Temple, Turner, Molina, Taylor, Rivera, and Gary. South Florida trying to win their 5th straight. Temple trying to win their 2nd straight as Levy has it. Pull-up jumper, no good. Tristan Taylor has the rebound. She's pushing quickly. Nice pass down loaded. Jaleesa Molina. Molina can't get the layup to fall. In and out. Rolled right around the rim. Real nice vision there from the point guard, Tristan Taylor, to find Molina. And, you know, Molina definitely wants that one back. The sophomore forward out of the Netherlands. Mama Dembele wasting a bunch of time here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 3:25 on the game clock. Has to hurry now. 4 seconds. Being guarded by Taylor. Gives over to Puisis. Puisis step back 3. No good off the front of the rim. And Tristan Taylor has the rebound. If you're the Bulls, it's smart. You want to waste as much time as possible with that 6-point lead. Here's Tristan Taylor with it being guarded by Putu. Or by Dembele. Gives over to Gary. Gary pull-up jumper. That's an air ball. Rivera almost with the steal, but Mama Dembele has it. Temple trailing South Florida 52-46, 2:50 to go in this 4th quarter. Dembele has it being guarded tightly by the sophomore guard, Tristan Taylor. Now coming around a screen from Brito. Brito with the top of the key, step back 3, no good, in and out. But an offensive rebound by Dembele. The last thing Temple needs is to give second chance opportunities to the Bulls. Dembele once again wasting a lot of time here. 2:20 to go in the game, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Poked loose by Taylor. It'll be out of bounds. Last touched by number 23, Romy Levy. So it'll be Temple ball, 2:18 to go. In the 4th quarter, trailing South Florida 52-46. Temple, lucky to be down 6 here. They haven't scored in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And luckily for them, South Florida hasn't scored in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So 2 really big scoring droughts for each team. As TR East has it, but whistle blown, foul called on Temple. So Temple continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. As the foul will be called on Tariana Gary. Temple still down by 6, 52-46, 2:06 to go in the game. On the court for South Florida, Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. On the court for Temple was Turner, Taylor, Rivera, Gary, and East. Dembele almost at midcourt, being guarded tightly by Kayla Turner. Has some room, finds Puisis. Puisis lets a 3 fly, no good, but another offensive rebound, but then Taylor strips it. Carla Brito came down with the offensive rebound, but the much smaller Tristan Taylor got her hands on it and ripped it loose and got another possession for her team. Brito is 5'11", while Tristan Taylor is much smaller than that. She is, trying to find her here, she is 5'5", so ripping it away from a player that's 6 inches taller than her. As now Temple loses it, that'll be a turnover for the Owls. South Florida has it. Temple still trails by 6, 52-46. Whistle blown, it'll be a foul on Temple. The foul on Kayla Turner. Just going back to that steal there by Tristan Taylor. She's 5'5" and ripped it away from the 5'11" Carla Brito. She knows that she's not gonna be able to sky up for those rebounds, so instead she just sneaks in there and rips it away from the much taller opponent. And now we're gonna head to a timeout here as Temple trails South Florida 52-46 with 1:22 to go in the game here at the Lee Course Center. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Mama Dembele is at the free throw line after the foul on Kayla Turner, and she gets that first free throw to fall. So finally, some points on the board here. Neither team had scored in about 4 minutes and 40 seconds, but Dembele broke that scoreless drought with that free throw, but couldn't get the second one to fall. As now Tariana Gary has it in the corner. Can't get that three to fall. She was wide open, but couldn't capitalize. So Temple trailing by 7, 53-46. After Dembele, the 70% free throw shooter, went 1 for 2 from the free throw line on that trip. A nice pump fake by Brito. Got Rivera in the air and finished it off with a wide open layup. And this is Rivera not able to stay on her feet, and it cost our team. And then a fadeaway jumper by Rivera, falling out of bounds, and she got that one to go. Nothing but net. Putting Temple down by 7 after they were down by 9. So the layup by Brito put South Florida up by 9. Then the fadeaway jumper by Rivera cut that to 7. And now we're going to head to another timeout here with 41.4 to go in this fourth quarter. Temple trailing 55-48. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back in once again to WHIP Radio. A quick timeout there for both teams. Temple trailing South Florida 55-48 with 41.4 to go in the fourth quarter. Both teams, neither team had scored for 4.5 minutes before Mama Dembele made a free throw not long ago, and way too easy there off the inbound. Carla Brito found Laura Putu wide open under the basket right out of the timeout and put the Bulls up by 9. The last thing you want to see if you're Diane Richardson and the Owls coaching staff. And we're going to head to another timeout, but we're going to stay here. We're not going to head to a break. The referees over at the scorer's table looking things over, not sure what they could be looking at. Waiting for them to announce it, but just a huge scoring drought for both teams. In the fourth quarter, Temple was down by 6 for a very long time. Now they're ultimately down by 9, but just couldn't take advantage. And neither team really could take advantage. Temple was on a drought. South Florida couldn't take advantage. South Florida was on a drought, and Temple couldn't take advantage. So both teams just feeding off the negativity from each other and not able to capitalize. With Temple down by 9, 40.7 to go in this game. I'm not going to say it's over, but South Florida is certainly in the driver's seat to come away with a win here and pick up their fifth straight win. Just a tough go of it. Temple was on a bit of a losing streak before winning against Memphis on Wednesday, and definitely wanted to continue that winning streak here, or wanted to make that winning streak 2 games here in front of their home crowd, but couldn't do it. Temple had lost 3 straight, losing to Tulane, North Texas, and UTSA before beating Memphis on Wednesday, a game that was at 11 a.m. on Wednesday afternoon. They won that one 74-66. And they are well on their way to a loss here this afternoon, so looking like they won't be able to turn that win on Wednesday into a winning streak of 2. And they're going to have to start from scratch. But South Florida, on the other hand, has won 4 straight, looking to make it 5 straight this afternoon. The referees still at the scorer's table, looking things over, waiting to hear what the call will be. Temple, 20 for 52 from the field, which is 30.5%. South Florida is 23 for 56, which is just over 41%. So both teams shooting pretty similar from the field. I mean, Temple just 3 percentage points below South Florida. Temple 4 for 19 from 3. South Florida 5 for 14. So the three-point shooting, I'm sure Temple's going to look at that and really want to have a lot of those shots back. They had a couple wide open looks from Tristan Taylor and Kayla Turner and Tariana Gary, and just couldn't get those to fall. And you knock a couple of those down and it's a much different game right here. And I think they were looking at the clock. 38.6 to go in this game is what the PA announcer said, and they finally put it up on the clock. So Temple trailing by 9, 57-48, 38.6 to go. 30-second timeout taken by the Owls. But it'll be a quick one as now both teams head back out to the court. Sammy Puisis leading all scorers in this game with 15 points. Right behind her is Laura Putu with 14. The leading scorer for the Owls is Tiara East with 12. Tristan Taylor has it with 33 seconds to go in the game. Tariana Gary lets a three fly and she airballs that one. And it'll be a rebound by Mama Dembele as Anissa Rivera fouls her. So a decent look there for Gary in that left corner and just couldn't get it to fall. So once again, the three-point shooting struggles continue. Now 4 for 20 from three-point range, which is 20% for the Owls. On the court for the Owls is Curry, Taylor, Rivera, Gary, and East. On the court for South Florida is Puisis, Dembele, Putu, Levy, and Brito. As Dembele, the 70% free throw shooter, will head to the free throw line, and she's able to make that first one. Dembele now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe this afternoon. And she gets the first one to go after a couple bounces. Now 3 for 4, putting South Florida up by 11, 59-48. So, what once was a very close 6-point game with about 2 minutes or so to go is now an 11-point game with 28.4 to go. Just Temple, a lot of scoring struggles this afternoon. 37.7% from the field, 41.1% from the field for South Florida. So pretty similar shooting nights, or shooting afternoons, I should say, for each team. Just that huge lead that South Florida got up to really helped them out. They were up by, trying to find it here, they were up by 13, South Florida was, at one point in this game. So Temple was having to fight and claw and essentially play catch-up this entire afternoon and just ran out of gas and couldn't do it. As Rivera finds Gary, cross-court pass. Gary, pull-up three. That one's good. Finally gets a three to fall. As Tariana Gary gets that three-pointer to fall. She's 2 for 10 from three-point range this afternoon. And we're going to head to a quick break here with 26 seconds to go in the quarter. Temple trailing South Florida 59-51. 26 seconds left. I'm Zachary Silverstein. You're listening to WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome back into WHIP Radio live on YouTube. I'm Zachary Silverstein, live at the Lake Course Center. Temple trailing South Florida 59-51 with 26 seconds to go in this game. On the court for Temple is Curry, Taylor, Rivera, Gary, and East. On the court for South Florida, Brito, Levy, Putu, Blazig, and Dembele. And the foul will be on Tariana Gary to send Victoria Blazig to the free throw line. Temple fouling intentionally there. Just trying to get something going. It's with 24.2 to go in this game, down by 8. Temple going to elect to play the foul game here. They're not going to give in and just give up and give South Florida the game, but playing the foul game here, sending Blazig to the line, hoping she misses at least one. Blazig is 73% free throw shooter coming into this game. And she gets that first free throw to fall to put the Bulls up by 9, 60-51. Temple 13-9 on the season, 7-4 in American Athletic Conference play. As Blazig gets that second free throw to fall as well to put the Bulls up by 10, 61-51. South Florida is 15-8 on the year, 8-2 in American Athletic Conference play. They are sitting at second in the conference, right behind UTSA, who is 10-1. So the Bulls second in the conference, Temple fifth in the conference, right behind North Texas, who is 8-3. We're going to head to another timeout. We're not going to take a break here on WHIP Radio, but a 30-second timeout called by Temple. Diane Richardson, the head coach for the Owls, in her third season looking to draw anything up. Definitely seen some crazy things throughout the years in college basketball. I mean, down by 10 with 24.2 to go. It seems like a long shot, but Diane Richardson not giving in. As everybody's back out on the court, Curry inbounds to Rivera. Rivera over to East. East gets that three to fall, so a real nice play call there for the Owls out of the timeout, and they execute it, now down by 7. Now fouling. They will foul Carla Brito and send her to the free throw line. I mentioned the three-point shooting struggles this afternoon by the Owls. They're 6 for 22 from three-point range. A lot of those misses, however, came from Tariana Gary. She's 2 for 10 from three-point range this afternoon, so 8 of those misses that the Owls have, 8 of those 16 misses for the Owls have come just from Gary. That's half of the misses from three-point range that the Owls have had this afternoon. I'm sure she'd want a lot of those back. She had a lot of wide open looks before ultimately fouling out of the game as Brito, the 63% free throw shooter, gets that first one to fall to put the Bulls up 62-54 with 18 to go in this fourth quarter. And her second free throw is good as well to go up by 9, 63-54. East has it off the inbound, gives to Taylor. Taylor back to East. East driving baseline, finds Taylor, finds Turner. Turner, pull-up jumper, that one's good from behind the three-point line. So after the three-pointer by Kayla Turner, Temple now trails by 6. Whistle's blown, foul called on Temple. Waiting to see who the foul is on. Mama Dembele hit the deck there as the Bulls tried to inbound the ball, and Tristan Taylor was called for the foul. Just the first foul of the afternoon for Tristan Taylor. So Temple finally starting to make some shots. They're 3 for their last 3, but just coming too late. As Dembele misses that first free throw to keep Temple down 6. Would love to see these made shots by Temple 2 minutes earlier. Then it would have been a much different game here. As Dembele gets the second free throw to fall. Here's East with it, just crossing midcourt, being guarded by Dembele. Dembele pokes it loose, but East gets it back, and it'll be a foul called on Dembele, number 4, the 5th-year guard out of Spain. The 4th foul of the game for Dembele. It will not send East to the free throw line because there was a foul on the floor and the Bulls are not over the fouling limit. Savannah Curry inbounds to Turner. Turner lets a tough 3 fly. No good off front rim. Curry gets it back. Turner lets it fly after the whistle. and she gets it to fall, but couldn't release it before that game clock hit 0 and the final buzzer sounded. And that's going to do it all here at the Liacouras Center. Temple falls to South Florida by 7, 64-57. Just too little, too late. And Temple is going to drop to 13-10, 7-5 in American Athletic Conference play. The Bulls will improve to 16-8 and 9-2 in American Athletic Conference play. So a big-time win here for the Bulls, who will stay in second place because UTSA is 10-1. South Florida now 9-2. Just a really up-and-down game for Temple. A really tough first half for them, but then they came out firing on all cylinders in the third quarter. Tried to keep it going in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't get it. Just couldn't sustain the energy and the shot making that they had. They were down by as many as 13 points in this game, 35-22, and they were playing catch up the entire game and just ran out of steam. They fought their way back, but just couldn't do it. And that's going to do it all from the Liacouras Center. Once again, Temple falling to South Florida, 64-57 here at the Liacouras Center. Their overall record moving to 13-10 and 7-5 in American Athletic Conference play, with the Bulls, on the other hand, improving to 16-8 overall and 8-3 in American Athletic Conference play. Thank you so much for listening to this broadcast of Temple Women's Basketball. I'm Zachary Silverstein, and this was WHIP Radio live on YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for listening. Owls fall to the Bulls, 64-57.